couple seconds. So it's like when I watch the replay, it's not my sentence starts, yeah, right in there in the middle. So, okay, welcome. Welcome. I want to ask you this. Did you know that being angry at love leaks your energy? Do you know that prolonged anger is a form of energy leakage? Okay? Do you know that prolonged hurt can be siphoned and it's a power leakage, or can be? Okay? Both anger and hurt, pain, sadness, doubt can be siphoned. It's a form of giving your power away. Okay? So, what do you do when, if this message is clicking and resonating with you, and I mean prolonged, okay, because they're healthy emotions, they show you when something hurts, but prolonged forms of them go from becoming an emotion to a consciousness. And when it's a consciousness, it reflects your view of the world. And deep down, what they say is that you're feeling helpless or powerless. And you feel like you cannot get your way. And it makes you even more angry, experience more pain, and then you sabotage. The tricky thing about women that are angry, okay, there's a righteousness behind the anger, okay? You feel like the most empowered space you can be in is in being angry. But the anger is depleting you. It's not making you magnetic. It's not helping you attract love. It's not helping you attract bliss. It's not. It's not your biggest power source. Anger and prolonged hurt is a form of siphoning and energy leakage. In fact, having so much anger can make you doubt your reality. You might start to think everyone is a narcissist. You might start to feel like you cannot trust anyone. And then you could even feel paranoid. Okay? Emotional regulation is key, but not just at a mental or psychological level. At a spiritual level, when you hold these emotions too prolonged way in your field, they create holes in your field. It's trauma, okay? And I am a coach, I'm an engineer. I started as a life coach for whoever wants to listen to this. I am also an intuitive, and I address the spiritual side of the femininity and the confidence. There's a push nowadays of the angry women out there. All right. Hello there. It's so nice to thank you for being here. It makes me happy. There's a push of this angry woman out there. The most powerful woman is an angry woman. She's like an activist. And I feel like I'm talking to activist women. I am an activist woman. You know what I mean? I don't like injustice. Now, here's the thing. If you really want to help the world, don't deplete yourself by holding so much anger, because the anger will be like a mountain going up and then it will go down. It will deplete you and it will make you jaded, upset, or it make you feel like the effort that you're putting out into the world is not working. So if you've been hurt in love, and before people leave, because I notice that whenever I mention a program, people leave immediately. I'm going to continue in a second. But it's important. I have a program called Clear Your Anger, Clearing the Consciousness of Anger and the Pain, so that you can be really magnetic. I also have a program on feeling seen for those who feel angry about not being seen. The details are there. We start Clear Your Anger, Manifest from Joy today. That's the full name of the program. So the details are below, and this is for the women that are really serious and you want to preserve your energy and your life force. See, I noticed I've been incredibly magnetic all my life. You know, I attract very easily. And I noticed that whenever I would feel unsafe about not being seen, or I would feel, let's say as a Black woman, I would hear that, you know, there was like a poll where it said like Black women were the least attractive or something. That was siphoning me. The blow that I felt to my heart was siphoning to me. It made me feel powerless. Okay? And then it made me research what were the things that, I remember I was like a teenager at the time, what were the things that people would like. I would have split ends the size of a planet, and I would just try to keep it there so that I would have quote unquote long hair. I'm being vulnerable, okay? And so it sounds superficial to some, but ultimately it was telling me that I wasn't going to be seen, okay? And that made me feel lonely and sad and forlorn, okay? Now, those emotions prolonged become suppressed and repressed within you. You walk around with the world kind of like zombie ish, not realizing that you have them or being very angry. You can split between the two. But ultimately, what you're feeling, the thing is with anger, it gives you a high. It makes you think that you're powerful, but you're not because it's depleting you. There's a lot of women out there that are giving their power away, going on debates, ridiculing men, trying to make them feel like shit, is what I hear. Trying to make them feel really bad, or getting angry, try to be seen, or try to fight a man to choose them. That depletes your energy, okay? What is more effective to clear your trauma about it? And it doesn't have to be painful, but it's the most effective thing that you want to do. Because one thing, and I addressed this in another video that I did today, how to feel irresistible without all the gimmicks. I addressed it spiritually speaking. If you've done pranic healing, if you've done Reiki, if you know about prana and life force and your aura, okay? There are things that can create holes in your field. And prolonged connection to these emotions make you susceptible to hurt, to narcissists, to toxic people, because you are letting that energy into your field. You're not believing in yourself enough. You're not believing that you're going to get what you want. Yes, sadness, hurt, doubt, anger are signal points for you. But if you have an unhealthy relationship with healing them, it becomes a consciousness and it creates holes in your field, and then you doubt yourself more. You siphon your own energy. And then when you're trying to attract somebody new, like this is the thing about anger, you think that it's helping you choose a great partner, but it's actually blinding you. Because the anger doesn't make you trust anyone. And then it impacts you trusting yourself. Or you become this super punishy, self-righteous woman. Okay? Because you're not believing enough. So what's the answer? That's why the title of the program is called Clear Your Anger, Manifest from Joy. And you're clearing also the hurt. This program is not just about anger. Because anger can be a surface emotion, like I said, to helplessness, powerlessness, to envy, to doubt, to sadness. We're clearing what's underneath that. Okay? So manifest from joy. What is joy? Joy, if you look at the map of consciousness, is right before enlightenment. It's one of the highest frequencies there is. I'm not shaming the other emotions. Joy is a guiding point as well. One that takes you to your destiny, to the fulfillment of your desires. If you're in prolonged states of the other ones, you doubt more, you believe less, you quit, okay, including anger, okay. And you're angry at the world, you're angry at life, you're angry at people, you're angry at men. It's not going to get you what you want. It's only going to make you somebody that has to hustle. If you want to be the most magnetic woman, most epic manifester with ease, you want to tap more into joy. You can look up the map of consciousness, right? Now, my programs, are my programs. I'm sharing you how I do them. But for me, the map of consciousness is a great starting point. So joy tells you that you trust yourself, you trust life, you trust God, you trust the world. You understand that there's toxic people out there, but they're like the small dog that's barking to a big dog. You always want to know that the light is bigger than darkness. But haven't you noticed that when you're angry, somewhere along the way, you start to feel like, oh my God, this whole world is corrupted. Oh my God, men are this, or oh my God, men are shit, or all these things. Haven't you noticed that you think that way? Okay? You start to feel like you cannot trust people. That's siphoning you. You start to believe that darkness is bigger than light. And that's impossible. What you need to learn is how to strengthen your light. Okay? That's sincerely impossible. But some of you feel like that's impossible, I hear, to clear that and to be that confident. The reason for that is that if you look there in the map, you will see also there's apathy. Okay? So you're hitting on apathy. And it makes you quit and it makes you stop. So don't ever stop the flow of your magnetism. Don't ever stop the flow of your love. If you're angry at love, you're angry at yourself because you feel like love betrayed you, and love can never betray you. When you fill up with more joy, okay, in your nervous system, because that's what the programs are about, right? That I'm mentioning, clear your anger, manifest from joy and seen. I help you at the level of your aura, okay, to seal those cracks, to seal those holes. And I help you to fill up with so much of your wholeness, you, because when you're joyful, you are magnetic. And in your nervous system, I help your nervous system to believe in love. See, when you're actually relaxed and you really believe in love and you have a less reactionary action towards the people that are toxic, and it doesn't impact your faith, then you can choose and see more accurately who's the right fit for you, who's going to love you right. Okay? That's this key to all success. Filling up with your love and your joy. Not filling up with anger. If you fill up with anger, like you're going to combust. Okay? And you're not addressing the underlying emotion, which is pain, sadness, or hurt. So if you want to make your life easy, magnetic, joyful, reprogram your nervous system to trust in yourself, in love, in life, in God, right? To trust that you're safe, even when you see toxicity around you. What you will soon start to see is that you will develop a more heightened intuition. Because even with my programs that I've done on intuition, and when I finish like my book, I speak about how emotional intelligence is critical for intuition. Because if you are an angry person, you're gonna, and if you're choosing to be, because that's a choice, the answers that you're gonna pick up intuitively are gonna be distorted. Some of them are gonna be lies, okay? And you could be missing out on opportunities, you could be leaving money on the table. Because anger will not give you full clarity of what's the truth. Do you know that that's how I build my intuition? Like, I've gone into spaces that I've received an immediate feedback within seconds that somebody's not trustworthy, somebody's trying to do something to me. And when I'm angry, I cannot sense accurate truth. I have to be relaxed, right? So the more you regulate your nervous system and your aura to trust yourself from a joyful place, the clearer answers you will receive. Okay? Pay attention to teachers who are teaching you to alchemize fear. This is a channel message. Like, they're telling you to basically, your aim goal is for people to fear you. It's not that. I wonder if those people have love in their life. Like, all the people that are teaching you that kind of stuff, that the ultimate goal is to be feared. I don't think they have love in their lives at all. I'm going to be full Scorpio here. They probably did a spell to get their man, right? Like, they did some sort of wackadoodle, like, manipulation energy. Like, you don't ever manipulate somebody to be with you, okay? You don't. They're deluded by grandiosity and by power, and that's only going to siphon them and, like, bite them in the butt, right? You access benevolent confidence. You access your power. You're a benevolent being. You don't manipulate people, okay? You don't manipulate people. You never manipulate somebody. True magnetism and attraction of love is not through manipulation, coercion, or control. It's by being fully in love with yourself. And that's what joy is. When you're in love with yourself and when you're in joy, you are joyful, you manifest with ease. You don't control people. You don't manipulate people. You only do that out of fear. And there's people out there that you're trusting. It's not, I'm not trying to be like, choose me. No. There's something that's in my heart that I need to say it. You're listening to a lot of people who've lost their way, who do spells, who do magic to get people to like them. And that's not the path of God. You know what I mean? So I needed to say that. You never control or siphon people or try to get them to be with you. Your pain is leading you somewhere dark. It is true, though, that you do have the power to manifest. Okay? You know how to kind of move particles around energetically to get what you want, to manifest what you want, because it's a benevolent world, it's a benevolent reality. And I here to repeat that it's a benevolent world where everybody gets to receive what they want and everybody can participate happily and joyfully without siphoning. And I hate to say this, it's not like even a spell that people do spells, which I'm, not pro for, trying to get somebody to, like, because I hear to say it. I don't want to go, I can do it. I hear I can do it. You, benevolent, graceful power, okay, is not one where you control, manipulate. And the reason why they're saying it's a benevolent world, everybody gets to have a piece of their pie. It's because, yes, there's the archetype of the person that's doing a spell to get what they want and they need to um, siphon somebody's energy to get it. But there's also corporations who energetically want you to believe in scarcity and in drama and in fear. They want you to doubt your reality. They want you to doubt your resources. They want to siphon you. This is a corporate thing too, the people that you work for. And they're not benevolent in essence. They want to create fear for you so that you doubt more and you have more of a helpless energy and a drone energy is what I hear. Okay. So I'm talking about manipulation in general, and the angels are mentioning you live in a safe reality. God is your source. People that are trying to siphon you aren't. And you want to learn how to have that graceful power running through you as well. Okay? So, the anger, you're being siphoned. The sadness, you're being siphoned. The hate, you're being siphoned. The apathy, you're being siphoned. I'm here to tell you, wake up. The power is yours. So, accumulated anger and stress and emotions that you have from your family and your, like, even like generational trauma, you can clear it from your nervous system. And it doesn't have to be arduous. Just clear a negative expectation from your field at a level of your aura and at the level of your nervous system. And you will be happy, I promise you. You will feel like you have 15 years back of your life and you will enjoy life and you will create and you will manifest epically, whether it's love and finances, dating, anything that you want. So I invite you to watch this video again and re-listen. Join me today on Clear Your Anger. We have in the last bonus session today, right? And this is a program that you can join for the next couple of days. I will share with you. I feel like I'm going to close the doors on the 17th of November. And it's going to be a really epic program. I personally had to clear a lot of anger consciousness. The angel told me, Nicole, you got to bump it up. You're too much in pain, right? If you want us to, like, if you want to receive the help, you've got to bump up in that. Because I had trauma, I had assault happen, okay? And I saw the holes in my field. And they were like, the angels were trying to help me before ahead of time, so I wasn't in that space. But my own limiting belief systems prevented me from leaving the place, and I didn't know fully what was going on, but I was starting to receive feedback. And that's why I say you can receive those feedbacks yourself, right? But the limited beliefs and emotions that we have cap what we can receive or hear, okay, or perceive. And that's why I say it's like you're being siphoned. So for the love of your soul, like, you get call that back, right? And I was able to bump up and work through this so that I could receive more feedback. You know, I was safer, I was taking care of myself. And it's been a journey for me to learn more about graceful, benevolent energies. You walk through the world just knowing that you will get it. And it also requires for you to trust and believe in people. Because if you are getting to a place where you're paranoid, you cannot trust people, okay, then you're cutting off all your help and your supply. People are either awake or in the process of awakening, okay? So there's kind and good people out there. Now, in Clear Your Anger, Manifest from Joy, we clear the top 17 beliefs that make people angry. So there's anger at money, anger at love, anger at yourself, anger at being punished, the fear of angry people. You're getting your soul back. You're moving into a space of wholeness where you always manifest with ease and you receive with love. And in seeing, we also work all the anger and sadness associated with not being seen so that you are cherished and you're loved. You can choose. I would ask intuitively, like, is any of these programs for me? Is anger, Clear Your Anger, Manifest for Joy for me? If you hear yes, then sign up. If you hear that seen is for you, then sign up. I promise you that these programs will change your life if you really want to be magnetic, powerful, and whole. See, narcissists have such an absence of self. The people who siphon, the people who are, unconsciously doing a spell or consciously doing a spell, trying to siphon somebody to be with them, or the corporations that are doing this, like they have an absence of self and they want you to have one. They want to deplete you. Okay, but you fill up with God, you fill up with you. I'm not talking about a church. Like, remember, what's the phrase, ecumenical? Like, I'm not going to go there. But what I'm saying is, at an energetic soul aura level, you fill up with your God essence. You know what I mean? Like the essence of God running through you, the wholeness of, like, the joy of God, of love, of light, the joy of you. You fill up with the joy of you. Okay, does that make sense? Where all things are easily manifested. It's easy. Okay, anger will only slow it down and it will deplete it prolonged. What I'm basically inviting you to do is to process your emotions and to not let them be siphoned or become something that people can puppeteer you with or that you lose your way with. Emotions are powerful. When it comes to manifestations, what manifests or repels the most is an emotion. Learn this always. Okay, emotions are not something that you just suppress and you let your life like be run by them unconsciously. Then you feel victim to your life. You are a powerful co-creator. So clear what you have suppressed so that you live a joyful and happy life. If these programs resonate, I would love to see you there. You will receive the email to join within a couple hours to join from the program, and you will receive it on your email. You can look up also my testimonials there, and I would love, love, love to see you there.